For thousands of years, the labyrinth has held a mystical fascination for many, and no one really knows its original purpose. Labyrinth artifacts have been found dating back over 4,000 years. Some surmise that prehistoric labyrinths might have been used to trap malevolent spirits. Others think maybe they were paths for ritual dance. In the Middle Ages, a cathedral labyrinth walk represented a pilgrimage to Jerusalem for those who could not take a trip to the Holy Land. Many believe labyrinths are cosmic symbols of the universe. My first introduction to a labyrinth involved David Bowie as the Goblin King, so the possibilities are endless. No matter what theories exist, it is widely acknowledged that the labyrinth is a path of spiritual connection, not claimed by any one faith. I think that's one thing that especially appeals to me about the labyrinth. I feel connected to creation, connected to my ancestors, to humankind, and to the divine. Not necessarily because I'm a Christian, but because I am a human. In walking a labyrinth, a person is entering a sacred space shared by all. Now, there's no right or wrong way to engage with a labyrinth. You can walk, run, or dance, pray, sing, or listen. Be silent and contemplative, or boisterous and joyful, respecting, of course, any other persons who may be engaging a labyrinth around you. Some walk in dropping burdens with each step, finding acceptance in the center, and walk out receiving peace and energy. Really, the only thing you need to do is stay on the path. It's not a maze. You won't get lost or run into a wall or encounter a Goblin King, probably. The center is not a portal to another dimension. You may come away from a labyrinth feeling renewed or spiritually spent, or just the same as you went in, and that's all okay. Our theme for this final week of Summer Chapel is wholeness, affirming wholeness within ourselves and unity in our diversity, affirming how we are all connected and how we can care for each other even in isolation. Since this pandemic began, I have felt such an odd sense of both isolation and global connection. I'm in a constant state of temporariness. It's hard for me to embrace that this time, this space, can be whole even if temporary. I can be whole despite my circumstance. I can hold space for and affirm my siblings in love and care just as they do the same for me. While I hope this pandemic is over soon, I hope the feeling of connection and solidarity remains. I hope we, as spiritually connected human beings, can find, as in Jeannie Kendall's poem, that our brokenness is held by fellow pilgrims as a sacrament, and that we hold our fellow pilgrims' brokenness as a sacrament. I pray that holding the brokenness of others leads to action that makes the circumstances increasingly better for those who need the most support, for those who are marginalized and medically fragile, for those who are oppressed and targeted for violence. Holding the brokenness of others as a sacrament means holding them until they are completely whole, so that as a human race, we can be completely whole. While a labyrinth walk is normally an individual act, today we will engage it together using Psalm 105 as interpreted by Nan Merrill from her book, Psalms for Praying, An Invitation to Wholeness. You may engage this walk in different ways. You may watch the video as it is, or choose to close your eyes and meditate on the words. You could print a finger labyrinth to follow as you listen. Even after today, you may choose to turn down the sound, listen to music, or meditate as you follow your own prayer path. My prayer is that you may find the labyrinth to be a place of spiritual connection to what lies within you, as well as to all that is available to you. So, let us pray.